In this video, we are going to look at the tibia and the fibula. Again, I want you to go into the 360 models, try to find the landmarks. Then I want you to go to the mouse over models and see if you could identify what I've numbered. So this is a posterior view of a right tibia. How do I know it's right? I will save you the joke. This is called the medial malleolus right here. And that is the inside or medial ankle bone. So if I sort of lay this out, how it would be on my leg, it would be on the right-hand side for this to be the medial ankle bone. This one must be a right tibia. For it to be a left tibia, the malleolus would be on the other side. I know this is a posterior bone because of the condyles. Like the femur, the condyles face to the posterior. So this is the condyle on the medial side, so it's the medial condyle. This is the condyle on the lateral side. Now, if I scroll this way, there's facets for the condyles of the tibia. And we're going to actually learn in the joint chapter there are articular discs right here, or menisces, that actually help the bones fit in better together. Now, on the anterior side, this is the anterior border. You actually feel this as your shin bone. And when we do the cadaver dissection, you actually can see the bone there. There's really no muscle right there on the anterior surface. This right here is the tibial tuberosity. The patellar ligament attaches there. Remember when I was talking in the first video for today's lab, I mentioned the quadricep tendon magically becomes the patellar ligament after it passes the patella. So essentially your quadriceps attach right there. Here is the anterior view, so the anterior view of the condyle. So see, they are facing to the back. We have the tibial tuberosity, the anterior border, and then there's the medial malleolus. If I go a little bit more, this is the facet that articulates with the talus. Then this is the fibular notch. Remember the radial notch and the ulnar notch were on the opposite bone, so the ulnar notch is on the radius, the radial notch is on the ulna. Same thing, that is the fibular notch because the malleolus or the fibula is going to be right there. And one thing I forgot, this is the proximal end with the condyles because it's the knee joint. This is the distal end, it forms the ankle joint. So here's our fibula. This shows the medial view, which is the opposite view here. This shows the lateral view. And this bone gives students so much trouble. So this is the proximal end of the bone. How do I know this is the proximal end? Well, this structure right here is the head, and it is knobby. It's squarish in shape. If I rotate it that way, it's a three-dimensional square. On the other end, on the distal end, that's the malleolus. Remember the tibia had the medial malleolus, that's your medial ankle bone. This is your lateral ankle bone. And see how it's flat? So see how thin this malleolus is? Whereas the head is square. So the lateral malleolus is very thin. The head is blocky. And this border right here is facing towards the tibia, so I guess it's facing medially. That is the interosseous border. Remember, we had those on the ulna and the radius too. So this is the interosseous border. It, like the ulna and radius, has a fibrous joint basically holding the bones together. So that is our exciting fibula. The lateral malleolus right there is your lateral ankle bone. This is the head of it. And we have the interosseous border. So again, the head is square and blocky. The malleolus is thin. Now this bone gives students all sorts of fits. For 15 years, I have not figured out why it gives students fits. It is long, it is thin. There's only one bone it could be. It's pretty boring on both ends actually too. So don't get the fibula wrong. So that is the tibia and the fibula. Thank you.